Component Portal Introduction. First, we must open the Satin Component Portal at www.satinportal.se. In order to access the component portal, you must be logged in. So if you don't have a user, you have to contact us so we can help you with that. So let's log in, and now we can see that the component portal is available in the menu. So we open it. In the component portal, there is a menu where you have a component list to list the component and where you can submit component. So let's start with submitting a component. Here on the right side you have a button called Upload Image. You can use this to upload an icon for your component. Just click it and select the file and press send, and you will get a URL to your image back. So let's add our own component here. Version description, status, beta, put your mail here so we can get in contact with you. You don't need to care about this post to field. And you can also add tags to make your component searchable by tags in the editor. So the main parts are the CDL, the XML part, it's the description of the component, and then the JavaScript part, where is the code of the component. So let's start with the description part. So I have prepared a component here in the text editor. Let's copy the XML part and let's have a look at it. So the format here is very important. So try to follow this format, otherwise unexpected things could happen. First, here's the icon. So if you uploaded an icon, you will just put the URL that you got from the system here. Here is the name. It should be a unique name for your component. Our components now is named text display. Here is the description part, and you have something called preview image that I will tell you a little bit more later on when we look in the editor. You have the configuration parameters for your component here. This component has some different configurations, and you have your component's interface, and also here you have user interface that goes into the HTML code. So let's look at the JavaScript part. So this is a function called make underscore text display. It's actually make underscore and the name of your component. You have as the arguments here, you have your configuration parameters, and in the end you have an ID and an env parameter. The ID and the env parameter should always be last here. So we put in the information. Let's try and submit the component. Yes, component submitted. Close this, and we will go to the component list. We will reload the components, and we will sort them by clicking on modified, and text display is now in the top. We can click it to edit it again. I like to show you that now we have an option called privilege that has appeared. Privilege can be private, public, or demo. And if we go back to the first page, there is a link to the developer guidelines. If we open them, there is a chapter here called visibility that explains the privilege level. So for private, the component is only available to the user himself. For public, the component is available to all logged in users, and demo, the component is available to also unauthorized users. That means users that are not logged in to the Satin portal. So the next step is to have a look at the component in the editor. Back to the Satin portal, and now we will start the editor to have a look at our new components. So we open the editor and we create a new application. We search for the component text display. So here is our component, and we have the text input. Here we have the description. So now we need something to output text to this component, and I want to use the sense box. And for the sense box, we also need something to a button to trigger it. So we connect the button to the sense box and the output of the sense box to our text display. Now let's have a look here at the layout section here below the application preview. The image that you see here is actually the application preview image. So that corresponds to the preview image that you saw in the XML part in the component description. Here we can change the layout if we like. So let's have a look at our new component and its settings here. So here's the text display. It has a font size and font color. We can change it to red, and you can also add a text that is displayed before the value that we receive from the sense box, and also a text that is displayed after the value. So let's put the degree sign there, and now we should try it. So now it says this is our text display. Temperature is 25.1 degrees.